Yeah, Mr. Kelly, we've missed you during these pre-budget consultations, so welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and my congratulations to you, Minister. It was I enjoyed our time together in the last Parliament as committee colleagues, and so I wish you the best, and extend my congratulations now as you are a witness to our committee and have you at that end of the table. So nice to see you this evening. I'm going to begin and ask you a question you've been asked in both in the media and in the chamber, and you actually replied to this question that I placed on the order paper about the definition of middle class. You've had some time to prepare, and I want to know if you have an answer, a definition now, or if it is the position of your government that there is no definition of middle class.
Well, thank you very much for that question, which I was expecting. And thank you again for all being here this evening. You know, I am looking at the middle class, and we know that Canadians want to have access to a good home. They want to be able to pay education for their kids. They want a dignified and secured retirement. And they want a good job. Now, Canadians live across the country and have different realities. They can be living in Calgary, or they can be living in Churchill. They have different family structures. So the important thing is we have to base the fact that they have costs of living. And the middle class is, it's important to say that the middle class has the reality of wanting that good place, education, and retirement. So we can look at it that way and look that we will move forward on making sure that day-to-day lives are taken into consideration during our policy decisions.
One might just say so, that we wish these things for all Canadians, and rather than to get in this class language. But I'll set that aside for now and take it that the government will not have a definition, and wonder how one will measure the progress of prosperity for the middle class without a definition. But you mentioned in your opening remarks the tax cut, and which will amount to about $90 per taxpayer. You mentioned in the media that Canadians could buy groceries, send their kids to camp, or place their kids in activities, or save for their retirement. Will a Canadian family be able to achieve a secure retirement on $90 a year, or also when they're maybe using that money to buy groceries or send their kids to camp? $90 per year, it's about $1.70 per week.
Well, I would like to go back in 2015 when we formed government, and Canadians elected us because they felt a lot of pressure. They were feeling that they weren't part of the economy and they really wanted to thrive. So our government decided to invest in Canadians. The first thing we did, we cut taxes for the middle class. And also, we initiated the Canada Child Benefit. The Canada Child Benefit gave middle-class Canadians access to more money in their pocket. And that helped us lift over 900,000 Canadians out of poverty, including 300,000 children.
Question was in response to your opening statement about a $90 per year tax cut. Will that pay for groceries, kids going to camp, and to secure a retirement for Canadians?
So those measures that I mentioned are measures that help with the costs of Canadians, the day-to-day lives. And we wanted to continue on that. And the Canadians elected us to continue to help them to put more money in their pockets. And that was why we added a new measure, which is the tax cut measure. And that will add $300 for Canadians, or $600 for families.
Yeah, the parliamentary budget officer doesn't agree with that number. This year it will be $90.
Well, it will lift 1,100,000 Canadians out of paying taxes because they will no longer pay any taxes. And it will help over 20 million Canadians have more money in their pockets. So all of the measures that we've decided to undertake and to invest in Canadians, at the end of the day, is helping them. But we know we still have work to do. And that is why during the pre-budget consultations, we will be working and listening to Canadians to understand which other priorities we can put into place to not only continue to strengthen the middle class, but also to grow the economy.
Thank you.
Last question, Pat.
Your mandate letter instructs you to support the Minister of Finance in reviews of government spending and tax expenditure and to transparently report the results to the public. Now, the finance minister is no stranger to this committee. He's appeared here many times and refused and failed to answer very basic questions about the finances of the government of Canada. So being instructed in your mandate letter to transparently report results to the public, are you the minister that can tell this committee in what year the budget will be balanced?
Well, we've committed to Canadians that we will continue to invest in them. And also we find ways to grow the economy. As for the spending review that you were asking about, our government is committed to launching the next phase of a review of government spending and tax expenditures. And I will be working with the Minister of Finance in my mandate to try to see what kind of review we can put forward. And also, it's really a responsibility that we have to be a responsible fiscal managers. So we will need to make sure that our resources are used in an effective way that allows us to continue to invest in people and keep the economy strong and growing.
We will have to end you both there. We're a little over, but that's